Welcome, everyone, to our very first Pro podcast. We're excited to be speaking to you here from the glorious new offices of Mezzanine. I am Pro Teacher Lee. You can call me Lee from Pro Teacher. And this is my colleague, friend, and podcast co-host, Huong. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Huong. I work at Messi as a software engineer.
Cool. Let's dive right into the questions because this podcast focuses on culture and tech and whatever else we want to talk about.
Okay.
So my first question is, what is the most overrated Vietnamese food?
Okay. It's hard to say. But for me, the most overrated food is Banh Mi. I mean, everyone it is even every day. But for me, yeah, it's delicious for me as well. But somehow the nutrition, I mean, is so unhealthy. We eat it every day. A lot of cholesterol, a lot of some stuff is unhealthy for us.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this might be controversial, but it's only good because of the French bread. You just put a bunch of chewy, low quality, low grade meat in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's
Exactly.
yeah. So overall, I agree. You're a programmer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a business English teacher. So yeah, I'll just say a couple lines and then you can share what you have an idea of. This is for any foreigner who is considering moving to Vietnam. It's like, oh, what's the culture there? Should I do it? What's it like living here in the tech/training kind of industry? And also for Vietnamese that want to improve their English presentation skills, definitely subscribe, follow us. And if you have an idea for your own podcast, I encourage you, do it. Why wait? Because we have, so much technology that if you have an idea, do it yesterday. So that's kind of my idea, inspire other people and, have fun with it.
For us, I mean, the most developer in Vietnam, they is good with the skills, but somehow they feel insecure. About the confidence. They can prove that they're good. So the most skills they lack of is about the communication. So join us so that we can discuss and improve the communication. It's better that you can get better in your job.
Yes, excellent point. You took the words out of my mouth, which leads me perfectly into a good question for you, I think. You are, I would say, you stand out as having pretty high confidence, high energy, you articulate yourself pretty well, and you're good at thinking outside the box more than I would say the average programmer or Vietnamese, which they tend to just kind of go along with, the general accepted kind of thing. They don't want to be the green striped zebra. Well, more on that later. But yeah, what made you different? You think it's like in your blood, or was there some kind of inspiration when you were growing up or in high school or anything? Or why you stand out as the green striped zebra of communication a little bit for Vietnamese, especially Vietnamese, but especially programmers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work as a leader, I need to communicate with a lot of department, like even sales, HR, something like that. It requires to have a good communications, especially English, because English is not my mother tongue. So it's very hard to communication with colleagues from Switzerland if we not have a good English. It's not only about about what are the soft skill I need to learn, right? And so that the time I think I need to pay more attention on soft skill, planning myself for another.
What's you're still thinking about yourself, but do you have any, like, take it back a step? So do you have any quick tips for maybe someone that's stuck in terms of, well, I really only have experience at the university with speaking English. I don't have anyone to talk to. What can they do in terms of making it more natural? Because what I've noticed with my students is just really that first, like, wall. And it's a wall. It's not a speed bump. It's a wall for them because it's, can be terrifying to present even during a meeting. So how can they get over that first, step or wall to actually be communicating in English, like, at work in a real meeting, not.
First step is, I think you need to find your mentor or the coach. I mean, they will show you the right way to do it. Because nowadays a lot of source. But you don't know what exactly to do because maybe you spend a lot of time for another for something, but it not show you the right way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe and your next question is how I can find my mentor. Okay, uh, join the communities and just keep that question. To keep learning, keep fighting, and one day you will find your mentors. And then in that moment you will know what exactly you need to do. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
If you okay.
Come to Pro Teacher, at Pro Teacher, obviously get the plug-in for YouTube, and I'll give a quick plug. You'll be starting a training program for programmers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So basically, we're like a great combo. Like we're like a value pack, right? You get the programming, technical skills, and you get the communication skills. So we're a good team, I think, in that way. Let me ask you a different question. What do Vietnamese people? I know you can't speak for them all, but
okay.
I think a lot of Westerners are thinking of this. But what do you guys think of the foreigner, like moving their whole entire life to your country, and now it's not my country, obviously, but I don't want to give you too much information about my thoughts on this, but I guess if I can say it as concisely as possible, what is your general overall feeling of Vietnamese people, and when they see like a foreigner living with them, do they think, oh, welcome, you are contributing to the community, or is it more like, I think she's better than everyone else? Because I know I can just share, for me personally, I definitely felt or still feel like I'm how do I want to say it? Like like I stand out, which I do, obviously, but I think that's just partly because I'm selfish and I want to be, the center of attention in many ways, which is good for presenting. It's good for communication. So I think for me, and having people look at me, because there's not many foreigners sometimes, I take that as like like I'm like puff out my chest a little bit, but in reality, all I did was move here. So it's, you know what I mean? So it can be a tricky kind of a mind fuck, if you will. But yeah, can you share kind of the other side of that?
So actually, it depends on people, right?
Well, of course, but yeah.
But for most the people, even like me, so we work we use English for our job, and we work in the international companies. We open mind to discuss, to debate some topic. And I saw you, a foreigner. We respect you. Because we love to hear the good hear from the person that had the good and open mindset.
Good
This
point.
person,
Yeah.
and it's more important. It's real life. I mean, this is the foreigner, and they live in that country, but not with that assumption. We try to um, have very real life conversation with the foreigner. So for us, it's true. It brings our true value. Not because like we try to learn English, but also we want to discuss about the conversation, about the opinion of the people have a good mindset especially. And now he's foreigner as well, so very good combination.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Like just talking about the year-end party that we're
Exactly,
gonna have.
yeah.
Yeah, that so with that mindset, you can you might go overboard with that mindset, and the CEO will be like, all right, guy, get out, but of course you won't do that.
Okay.
But you get my idea. That mindset of picking the brain will definitely benefit
Yeah, I
you.
love your praise, picking the brand. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That what we
That's the
desire.
goal.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
goal.
yeah.
But it's not like the negative thinking, but about have like more consulting from the people that we believe they have a good mindset.
Before we sign off from our Premiere Pro podcast, I just had one story that I know you're going to love, and some of our listeners are going to find interesting at least. So my wife and I had to turn in a health card of our newborn baby girl, Coco. Check out Fam Trip, PHAM, at YouTube. We're almost up to 1,000 subscribers. So if you like dogs, family, travel, culture, check it out. But anyways, she was taking the health card to government, red tape, whatever.
Okay.
So I have a printer, color printer, and so make a copy. She needed that. Okay, just got it. Here you go. Yep, see ya. She comes back and tells me a story about the officer, the government employee there, said this isn't actually kind of got mad at her for having a in color document. Explain this to me. So I think this is a really I was kind of doing other things as she was telling me this, and I stopped and went, wait, what? Say that again? She said, yeah. He was kind of scolding me for doing the thing that she needed to do for the government too well. Having color in the document. I mean, of course, it wasn't a serious thing, but he actually made a comment like that. So, what do you think about that? I think it's kind of tells a lot about, and of course it's the older generation, and you guys aren't like that, the younger generation, but what do you think about that?
Mostly, how do you think?
Me, yeah, I was just yeah, I wasn't surprised, because it's a perfect example of the overall kind of mindset and culture. It's fit in, do what everyone else does, and you won't stand out, and you'll be, your life will be fine. Don't, ruffle any feathers. Don't go outside the box, inside the lines. Follow the rules, and that's it. Of course, I'm being, very generic. It's not all like that, but it's a good example of what can be at times very frustrating for people like us when we're trying to get ahead, trying to start a podcast and do creative things. Then we go up against people like that, you can call the wall, and especially when in the government, it's just a good story to represent some of the cultural, you know what I mean. What do you think?
I mean, it is the historical story. I don't know. I mean, even me, I don't know why this happened long time ago. But I don't want to tell about that story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you point that is very important of the Vietnamese people. Most of the people feel insecure. I mean, they just follow some stuff already fine, and they don't want. They dare to change. I mean, just follow that without reason.
Yeah, and I think what you're saying, what you don't want to talk about, is like the being, taken over by, France, and then they never really had freedom there. Always had like colonialism on top of them, and so that kind of maybe developed into the mindset of just keep your mouth shut, do what otherwise something bad might happen, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it stems from originally.
But nowadays, our government's more open.
Oh,
not like before.
100%, yeah. I didn't mean so that to be a downer or anything.
But the feeling insecure still there. Now we need to open our mind and be more confident. That's it.
Yeah.
And our Vietnamese people very, lot of skills and good ones. Now we need to open our mind.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And fake it till you make it.
Is that one of technique I love the most, right? Fake it until you make it.
Yeah. I did this twice. Once, the first time, for my very first business English teaching job. I had no idea what I was doing, but I went in there confident, focused on my strengths, which is making class fun, right? Presenting and speaking skills, and they hired me. And I was like, what just happened? But then, of course, I developed into something better now. Still getting better, but you never know. And then the second time was Oh yeah, my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're never really ready for anything in life. And I know this may be cliche or whatever, but it's very true. So a lot of people, are thinking, well, I kind of want to start a YouTube channel too, but I gotta do this first, and I get lined up. Really? No, you don't. Or I don't have enough time. That's the biggest BS I've ever heard. If it's important to you, you will make time.
Okay.
That's it. So it's kind of like when I have a high-level executive that I'm training one-on-one, and they're like, oh, sorry, I gotta cancel. I have this meeting or whatever, or I'm too busy because whatever. I'm a CEO. Okay. All they're really saying is English training and improving my presentation skills is not that important to me. Couldn't be more simple. And I don't take it personally, but if it's important to you, you will find time. So it's okay. She's doing just fine without it. So I think that's a good way to wrap it up. Any last words?
Well done.
Yeah, good job. I think we did well. Please follow us, and we'd love to have it. We don't expect anything really from this, so if we get a small little tribe together, that would be inspiring for us, and hopefully we can inspire some of you as well, because we'll be here at Pro Podcast crushing it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
See you.